Well, fuck. Why do you do that?
Well, because we have to do the thing every Monday, despite the fact that I won't upload it properly. We gotta do it
Whose
that
fault
way.
is that?
Well, it's obviously the internet's never mine. It's never my problem.
No.
No. All right.
I love how fucking distorted the image is.
Well, it didn't.
I really like that.
It didn't fit. All right.
Dragon did nothing
Well, it
wrong.
fits now. He did nothing wrong. If anything, it just emphasizes how good the picture is.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's a very good picture.
It's a very good picture.
You made it in what? 8 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, my best time yet.
Let me get. Yeah, you're
Literally speed run.
speed running a podcast.
I speed ran
We fucking did it.
for the podcast. I did it for the people who are watching because they love that. They
There aren't
anticipate
any of those. What are
You
you
could
about?
pretend it's like a Samurai
yeah.
Jack style where the outlines don't match the fill. You could just do that.
Does that happen?
Oh
yeah, that does happen.
Yeah, almost all of Samurai Jack is that way. It's an interesting style.
Looks cool.
Speaking of which, for anybody listening, if you haven't seen Primal, watch Primal.
Oh god, Primal's really fucking good. Do you want to watch? Well, actually, let's introduce ourselves before.
Let's watch it right now. Fuck the podcast.
Let's watch it right. Fuck the podcast.
I haven't watched it actually.
You should watch
Well, then
it, Kaz.
shut up.
It's kind of.
You
It's
should
kind
watch
of,
it later.
It's legitimate. If Mario wants to do the video night in the Discord for that, he can do that.
I'm Mario, by the way.
That's me. Well, okay. Well, look, if they're still watching this podcast, they already know who we are. But I guess we'll just.
Yeah, but what if somebody knew? What if this is somebody's first podcast? What would you tell that person?
I'd tell him not to start on episode 5.
I'd tell him get out.
You moron. That's what I'd say.
Let's start. Fine. Let's start off with proper introductions. My name is the Dropout Dragon.
That's not true.
Oh god.
That is a complete lie.
Shut up, Kaz.
I'm Mario
No,
Sack.
don't do this. And then Mario's just like, I need that commission money, so I'm not in on this joke.
That commission money. I'm going to let you guys
know.
Here is my name. You can find me at Mario_Sack on Twitter. You can commission me. Give me your money.
Please.
He wants it.
Please.
I want it too. Instead of listen. Now you could go in on the
Look,
Twitter.
that man right there in the fucking comments.
He's
full
of it. He's full of it. Don't listen to him.
No, I've never seen that man's face in my lifetime.
No, instead, look, you could go onto Twitter, and you could commission Mario for your favorite character that you like to draw or like to be around or play D&D with or whatever. Or
I'll draw Sonic.
Or
Christian.
Or you could give me money for 15 seconds of me saying thank you and then moving on. Now, doesn't that sound better? It feels a lot better than a tangible thing.
I can't
right?
compete with that.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds way better.
Well, they already get the immediate reaction. They get the immediate gratification.
Right.
It takes me at least like 10 seconds to draw something like this thumbnail here on the screen,
which is magnificent.
I feel like forcing Mario to draw like Sonic foot inflation is a better like way to spend your money.
Can he draw? I like that. Can he draw Sonic stinky feet? Yeah,
Not
sure.
only are they stinky, they're inflated.
They're inflated. They're disgusting.
The knees are
like
inflated too.
Like he got stung by like 15 bees right on his big toenail.
Right.
You think Sonic has toenails?
Right there. Does he have toenails?
Maybe. You think he has toenails?
I feel like it would be grosser if he didn't.
I feel like Sonic's like a horse. Like if you take off his shoes, he's just got like those big. He's got like calluses. Like it's completely replaced his feet at this point.
Comment from Peasy. Giving you money to talk more is not what I want.
I want the opposite, in fact. I want you to shut that up.
I want you to shut the fuck up.
I remember when Peasy gave me $40 to make fart noises, so we know what she's about.
Oh,
we know that.
I don't like that.
We know
that's
a thing that happened.
Commissioned me for Sonic feet pics. That totally happened.
I believe
that one actually
proves even more that did happen.
I believe
that one actually did happen. I saw the picture. It wasn't great.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
They watched me hand them the JPEG in my hands.
It was important. It's an important piece of art that rolls around. Like it's historical. Because one day, like I like to imagine that one day Mario does get popular from his art and becomes one of those people who everybody's like, oh wow, like fucking Plague or somebody. And then somewhere on the internet are going to be these pictures that he drew for fun, and they're real stupid. Reasons, thanks for $15, but I don't have.
Well, if anything, I feel like people are going to know me for the stupid shit. Because
please,
today,
I need this. Thanks. That's
I need this.
Please, I need this. Did we talk about that?
It's a dragon reason.
Did we talk about that in front of the camera? The Elsa's feet thing. Did we talk about that?
What, that thing you commissioned Mario to make?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what.
Yeah,
I did for sure.
Yeah. That's like, oh no. We haven't talked about that. That time you commissioned me to do Elsa's feet.
Yeah,
that never came to light.
Of course.
I'm surprised you're bringing it up now.
Of course.
I thought you were gonna take that to the grave, like you said, but I guess you got more comfortable with it.
Me, despite the fact
you vowed to never speak about it again.
I don't.
Quite frankly, I'm disgusted that you did.
God damn it. Whatever. Somebody tweeted out a blank ass fucking picture. No, that was a pretty great point on the internet. I mean, I was really proud of that guy. He posted a blank picture of what he said was Elsa's feet, but on Twitter it's just blank. There's nothing actually there. So all these people thought that their picture wasn't loading and they couldn't see Elsa's feet. They couldn't see it. And there were people in the comments that were like, "Can you PM me that picture? Because it's not showing up. I don't understand why." It's like, could you? And then was finally a guy at the bottom who was just like, "Please, I need this.
Please, I need.
Please,
you have to help him."
I do remember that. That was really good. Fucking Christ! I've seen tons of those where people like some woman will just be like, "Oh, check out this video of me." Topless, and they put like just a blank picture, and someone was like, "Please help me."
Yeah, I gotta see it. I need it.
The funniest one was when a guy added Comcast in the comments, and a guy worked with him to try to figure out if his connection was just ass. And finally, after a few comments, the guy just replies, the Comcast guy just says, "Oh, I don't think it's a problem with your connection. I think it's just a blank image." And they're like, "Oh, okay, thanks."
You see, the problem is with you.
Can you imagine, just for 1 second, being a person that's desperate enough to call their ISP so they can see one picture of some super thing they're thirsting for?
You ever been down bad?
I've never been that. No, I've never been down so bad that I would call an official of some type and be like, my porn's not loading, and I'm very upset about this.
I need it.
I need it now. Like I have to get this
fucking shit.
If I don't fucking get this right now, I'm gonna actually flip. I'm gonna go crazy.
Oh, please give this to me.
I wonder.
Please.
I've seen a lot of people who talk about like their past history with IT companies and stories of a mailman and all that. But I would really I'd pay some money for like stories of the ISP people who are getting calls about resetting routers and all that crap, or calls like that. My porn, it's just not loading. I gave him my credit card, nothing's happening. I'm just staring at him, and it's driving me crazy. I would be so funny. What if it was Smog's feet, Dragon?
Yeah, you'd like that one.
I like how you spelled that as incorrectly as possible.
Smodge. What if it was Smoggy's feet?
What if it was Smoggy?
It's Smo's feet. It's Smo's feet.
What about Smoggy's feet?
What if it was Smog's cousin that is way cooler and he had big feet?
There is
like
no amount of thirst. There is no amount of thirst on the internet where I would go that far to call my fucking ISP. I would just.
What if his feet like slapped?
It doesn't matter about what if anything. I wouldn't do it, and also I don't care about feet. I'm not a foot guy.
What do you mean?
I'm not a foot guy. I'm not into feet. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with it.
Keep asking me about photos. I'm not going to send you.
I didn't fucking do any of that.
I do not understand.
I didn't do any of that. Anything these people say
for all those feet
is a lie.
Why lie, Dragon? Says Assorted Reasons. Your biggest donator of the moment.
Of the moment, yeah.
Of the moment.
Of the absolute moment.
Why are you the father of lies, Dragon? Have you ever addressed this on your podcast?
Not on the podcast. I've had a few streams where I had to let people know that I'm a big fucking
Elaborate.
liar. All the times I said I was going to do something and then didn't. There was a lot of that like streamed for one.
You rat bastard.
That's a big one. I'll be like, guys, I've been going through some stuff right now, and honestly, I got to stream more, and I'm sorry. And then like 3 days will go by, and I'll come back and be like, guys, I've been going through some stuff, and
I am contacting the FBI.
Yeah, that's something that happens a lot, and it's not malicious. I just get so fucking depressed that I don't want to be funny, so it just ends up, big fucking cycle.
Well, it's a good thing you aren't.
Depressed?
It's just like a kick in the knee.
It's pretty good. Yeah, good thing I'm not depressed. Thank you. That changes everything. I thought
we are his friends.
That's good. Yeah, we're all friends here, supposedly.
We're all friends here.
How about let's switch gears and talk about something that actually happened.
Oh, because my depression didn't sick.
Oh no, not that.
It's cool. It's cool.
I'm talking about the feet. But if you wanna insinuate that the feet was real, that's okay too.
That's not what I said. The feet are not. I don't have a foot fetish. I swear to God.
I was gonna talk about how we watched. Well, me and Mario watched Detective Pikachu with you.
Oh,
yesterday.
we did watch Detective Pikachu. That's true.
That was pretty good.
Quick note, thanks Ford for
really
the resub. I've got alerts off, so. But thanks, appreciate it. Detective Pikachu. Let me tell you something about Detective Pikachu. Despite
good movie,
a really stupid villain, it didn't take itself very seriously and was way more fucking entertaining than that Sonic movie, like hands down.
Oh yeah,
way.
Oh yeah,
way.
The Sonic movie was pretty crap.
The funny thing to me is that the Sonic movie was like it's not like one is dumber than the other. I feel like there was just a lot more care put into the Pokemon one compared to the Sonic one. Or with them, I feel like they didn't really give a fuck.
Well, I was gonna say just like the games, but that's obviously not true. Looking at Sword and Shield.
Damn. Now, how many? Okay, does anybody know? Yeah. Maybe somebody in chat does. How much has been added to Sword and Shield since its release? Because
didn't it get like one DLC?
Yeah, doesn't it have an expansion of some type or something? Because I feel like somebody in chat would know this because there are some people that are just like, okay, I hate this game, but I'm still going to catch every single fucking Pokemon. And there's a lot more of those people than we think there are.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot more that are just I want this, or at least I'm gonna go get all the ones that I want. And due to the nature of Pokemon, that pretty much means you got to go all over it to look for those specific ones. So, they play it a lot.
I will agree with Peasy in the comments, though. She says, I liked the Sonic movie. It was stupid, and Jim Carrey was funny. Jim Carrey did a very good job.
Jim Carrey
actually did.
As Dr. Smegman.
He carried the movie with basically just being himself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
and really...
It's unfortunate that the entire movie is an Olive Garden commercial.
Oh yeah,
that's weird.
That's unfortunate.
I can watch the Sonic movie. I wouldn't choose to watch it again.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, I'd rather not. If it was like with some friends that wanted to watch it, then I'd be like, I guess. With Detective Pikachu, I would consider it again, even though we just watched it. It would be like a thing of like, yeah, I'd be down for watching that again.
Well, if I watched it again, I wouldn't mind it, but I'd be more looking out for the Pokemon in the background rather than watching the movie.
Yeah,
which was like the funnest part of watching the movie.
Which is probably one of the more unfortunate things because it's not that there's not things to look at while it's going on. It's when we were watching
it, to look at.
Mario commented that they probably didn't have a lot of as many assets as they wanted to in terms of what Pokemon they were going to use because boy howdy. There are a lot of Charmanders, Squirtles, and all that running around the back. What's that little fucking shadow cat monster they put in one of the fighting games? It's got giant ass claws, but it's like tiny and purple and whatever. Point is,
shadow cat monster.
There's like fucking 13 of those in the background throughout the movie. And I just threw 13 out as a random number, but it has to be more than 5. And it's a little annoying when you look at the background, and they've put all this effort into the background because there's tons of people and Pokemon walking around, and yet you see the same ones, and that's just really...
What, are you talking about Apom?
No, not that one. That's the monkey one. I would say monkey, not cat.
Yeah, there's a monkey.
No, there's this weird-looking cat... Whatever.
I won't let this go.
Well, I'll tell you, and like it'll be 5 weeks from now, and I'll see a picture of it and be like, "That's the fucking thing I was talking about." Yeah, I'll be losing it, and then we'll be like, "Oh," and then we'll move on, and it'll no longer be in my brain. I don't know what it is. Bring it up
next podcast.
Yeah, I found out what it was. No, I
found out what it was.
The point is, whether it's that Pokemon or another Squirtle or Charmander, and I don't know if they were trying to be like, "Oh, hey, here's fucking all the starters," right? This is what everybody did. They picked starters in this city. Even if they wanted to do that, that's not what everybody wants to see. They want to see...
Oh, it is Weevil.
Weevil?
Yeah, Weevil.
Yeah, is he purple?
Yeah, go on with what you were saying. I just wanted to interrupt you.
It's purple and it's all weird looking?
Yeah, it's like 2 legs.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, yeah, that's Weevil then.
Okay, there's like 10 of those in the background of that movie.
Yeah. I'm surprised they chose that one.
Well, there you go.
They chose some interesting choices. Like, I was surprised to see the pandas.
Yeah.
I wasn't. Because, they got to sell it in China.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's easy money for them right there. And I mean, Pokemon's pretty popular in China. And there's
we love China.
There's all that. So we got...
I mean, Pokemon's pretty popular in everywhere.
Yeah, Pokemon's popular everywhere. And that I guess that's the... I've never watched the show... I know the premise almost in the same way DBZ is with the osmosis. I've seen these things. But I remember a friend let me borrow his Game Boy, and it had red. And I got into the farming collectathon mindset that I would later discover of my love for looter shooters, which I know is not directly connected, but I like to collect things in games. I like to farm for things that make me stronger. And Pokemon was one of those type of games. And it was just cool that there was like 2 pixels worth of dragon on it. And that's also cool to me too. So that was neat.
That's pretty epic.
Yeah, it was cool. But I remember playing through a lot of Red. I don't think I finished it, but I remember playing through a lot of it. And it's just this endless, easy repetition that anyone can do. It's not hard to do it. Anyone can do it. And that's the appeal of Pokemon. It's just anyone can fucking do that. So.
Oh yeah.
That, and it's also an easy, oh hey, do you want a cool monster as a pet? Every fucking kid does. So, boom. Easy. Which is what makes it so unfortunate that nowadays they're just furries.
Yeah.
Just so many Pokemon that are just fucking furries all the time. There's a lot. So
there's an uncomfortable amount.
Yeah, you've got...
There's an unsettling amount.
You've got Incineroar, whose name I can only remember because of Smash.
I still find it weird they put him in Smash.
Do you?
I do.
Was he ever is he a starter from one of the games?
He's a starter for... Yeah.
Okay. So all right. So he was a starter from one of the games, and Charizard was already in it.
There's a few Pokemon they push weirdly hard, especially like Greninja. They push Greninja really hard for some reason.
I hate Greninja. I hate looking at
Comment
Greninja.
can just call me crazy.
Pretty sure it's a Japanese favorite.
I don't.
Oh, is it?
I guess.
I mean, it is in Smash. It's in Smash.
Well, no, that's what I'm talking about. It's in Smash. There's like 50 in the Pokemon movie. It's in the anime. Ash has a special Greninja.
I don't know.
I don't know what's up with Greninja. Well, I guess he is a starter.
I have never been into the games. The only 2 games I've ever had is, like I said, Red and Sword and Shield. And the only reason I got Sword and Shield is because I had to continue to justify the Switch's existence. It could not just be the Smash machine to me. Techie kind of wanted it too, and then he found out Totodile's not in it, and he got upset. So there's that.
Oh, that's lame.
Well, he's not, and that's I guess that's a kind of a funny thing when you see with Pokemon is when one of those games come out that don't have like all of them, And then you see somebody's favorite not in it, and they just lose it. They just go crazy that their favorite
Makes me
is not in that
sad.
game.
I want my favorite. I want to play Pokemon. That's why, dude. That's why X and Y was the coolest shit to me, because they brought back almost like not only like a lot of the old ones and shit, and you could also, well, you could port a bunch of them, but the thing that fucking got me losing my shit was you could have original gen starters. So I got Squirtle, and you could also at the start, like, there was a thing where they were letting you get a Torchic, and I was losing my shit because those are two of my favorite starters, fucking Blaziken and Blastoise.
Gross.
And then I got to catch a Gengar, and it's like, this is the coolest fucking game. This is the coolest Pokemon game.
I
fucking love Pokemon.
Hey,
Because
fucking
I had a thing where just by adding friends, you could catch other Pokemon. Like, because of the end
yeah,
game
that's
thing, you could catch
It was a cool
Pokemon that just
thing.
weren't in normal routes.
I thought they were going to do that with a Switch, too, because, like, what a missed opportunity that would have been for Sword and Shield, but they just rushed it. You know,
Oh, yeah.
there were so many that
'Cause
were missing, and
Pokemon's money
They also
printer.
made it in British.
they made it in British.
Scottish. It's worse
Yeah,
than
in
British.
Oh, you mean the location?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with
they're
the
from
location
British.
all that much. I mean, it was a little.
Location feels empty for what it's supposed to be referencing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there was they did rush that game. It was a little which is, you know, right here in the time where the technology can make it an open world game. It's almost like they refuse to, because they don't want to get rid of the root system. You know, the Route 14, find it in Route 14 or any of that crap. You know, everybody loves that type of shit because it's easy to look up, and they don't want to get away from that, despite the, you know. The multiplayer was
Yeah.
kind of fun. I liked fighting Gigamax stuff with my friends. That was a fun thing to do.
Oh,
I
yeah, that
didn't
was
like
pretty
how
neat.
rare every fucking thing was, but that was, you know.
I didn't
Right,
play
right.
Pokemon games.
Dynamax is a horrible mechanic. No.
Well,
They're form Spanish.
it is
You're
a
right.
stupid mechanic, but it was fun to shoot at a raid boss.
Are you ready for the next Pokemon game? Pokemon Philippines?
I have
Pokemon Philippines. You find Long Pig. Rush out of the woods.
oh
You,
man.
No.
you get Shabumon, and if you don't know what Shabu is, it's meth.
Oh,
Shabumon.
it's Pokemon Philippines. There's no Pokemon. They ate them
Some
all.
of that
It's just
shabu
meth.
shabu shabu. It's some of the shabu shabu.
Shuba, shuba.
Some of that Wisconsin white crank. I'm ready to go. Fucking.
Terrible. It's fucking...
It is. People would talk about like Breaking Bad when it came to meth, and they'd say, you know, can you really get into a trailer and drive out in the middle of nowhere and nobody will smell that? I'll be like, oh yeah. I mean, I'm living in the place they filmed a lot of that shit.
Dragon is currently cooking some
I
right
am
now.
not cooking meth. That is a joke.
He's cooking some. He's saving it for later.
I wouldn't need to do this podcast if I was cooking meth.
Why do you hold that massive meth crap?
That's a lie.
I guess
in your
that's
hand?
true.
I would have health insurance. I wouldn't talk to any of these people.
That's the issue. You keep ingesting the fucking product you're trying to sell.
That's a lot of
Ingesting,
meth.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't eat the rock.
You're not supposed to eat crystal. It's not sugar
Oh,
candy.
that's the problem. Dragon keeps eating the rock. That's why he has so many health problems.
That's a lot of meth. Even if I ate it, that's a lot of meth.
He turns Super Saiyan Blue after he eats one.
I think that just means in the hospital.
I went blue to the emergency room. No, I it is kind of every time I'm driving out on one of the major highways here, my eyes are always like skimming the horizon, because I know somewhere out there there's some van or some RV that's parked behind a rock, and there's so many of them. You can literally eyeball that shit, and I keep thinking, how the fuck do the cops even keep up with all this shit? Because there's just so many, and that's why there's so much meth out here, because you can literally go anywhere and do it. And if we had a better climate, it would just be pot.
Yeah.
You know, there'd just be acres and acres, and you'd never fucking find that shit. You'd never find it, even, you know, unless you had a spy plane that was skimming the whole damn area. You'd never fucking find that shit. Not that it matters now, because you can grow your own shit. Thank you, Arizona, for Prop 207. I'm ready to buy it at the store now. I'm ready for that. It's gonna be nice.
Actually, I ran out of weed a while ago, and I don't want to buy any more right now.
Oh
because
yeah.
I think I'm developing a problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, from what you've said, that might be a good.
Yeah,
idea.
I got that family history of easily getting addicted to things, and Lord knows if it's in front of me and I see no problem, I'm gonna be like, yeah, let's do this for 5 hours straight.
No,
Because
just a little.
there's something wrong with me.
That is a lot of weed.
Just a little weed scoop.
Dude, I went through like 4 ounces in 4 months. Do you know how much that is?
I do know how much that is.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of weed.
I was a fucking chimney.
Well, there was a while
guys
where
already
you were
know.
just always high whenever we were talking to you.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was really bad.
I remember that. I know that. I know what I could go buy it. I'm just gonna basically do it before bed. That's kind of just gonna be my thing. And
That's the best time to do it.
Yeah,
depending on the type you get.
Probably Acapulco. It's called a day.
Well, depending on if you get THC or CBT. Cock and ball torture.
Yeah, I was gonna say cock and ball.
Yeah.
I was sitting back like, I don't think that's gonna help me sleep, Kaz. I don't think.
I mean, if you faint from the pain.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, but if you faint, you'll be awake in less than an hour. Fainting.
I guess that's true.
Fainting doesn't keep you asleep.
That's why you just got to keep administering the CBT.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Definitely. That'll conk right out. Golly gee. Thanks for that. My favorite's the boot. Just grind it all in there.
Yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's going to be nice when I can do that. And I too have a bit of an addictive personality. I know I hate that term because it sounds like I'm saying my personality is addictive. I hate that term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the real term, it's just, yeah, I'm easily hooked to things. I smoke.
Mm-hmm.
It took me forever to quit alcohol as long as I did. I still don't drink to this day. I have had nothing in years.
That's good.
And you probably never will again if you know what's good for you.
It's probably true. I've thought about it a lot, like even casually, because I know I've been to a few parties over the last decade and a half where I had a little bit to drink. Not even like, I'd have a whiskey if people were doing a toast, or I'd do whatever. And the next morning I didn't want to get trashed. That's huge. That's a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, maybe this was just a teenage thing. Maybe I'm over it. But at the same time, I'm lucky I don't have immediate access to it because Techie has the car all the time. So it's not like, oh, I'm going to drink. I'm going to go drink right fucking now. Where the hell am I going to go?
Yeah.
I'm in the desert.
Yeah.
So even if I wanted to, I'm
someone with the dirt rock.
I'm fucking detoxing on the way to the liquor store because I got to walk fucking 8 miles. So that's not gonna go down that way, and
here I go.
So I don't think the danger is very high. But at the same time,
danger, even if you do get it like super addicted to weed, the danger isn't super high anyways.
Well, that's the thing about the weed. Like that. My original point was that the only reason I've wanted to drink again is to de-stress and fall asleep. I don't want to be drunk to walk around drunk or just sit there and enjoy myself. I literally just want to go to sleep. And drinking did that. And so did pot when I was younger. So hopefully that'll just... I'd much rather be a pothead than a fucking wino. That's
oh, definitely.
It's a huge thing. So, and I've had alcohol in the house for cooking, and I didn't drink it, and I was very proud of myself for that.
It's good
because man,
for big boy,
yeah, fucking very very limited amounts. Not that it was any good, but that's not that I'm about to go get wasted on sherry because I'm not fucking Fraser Crane.
So
you
do that to yourself.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. But some people drink sherry straight up. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Why?
I have a theory about why Fraser and Niles do it.
And weirdos.
They never talk about it. They never talk about why they specifically picked them to drink sherry, because sherry is such a low drink. It's a cooking drink. Why would two extremely pretentious guys drink sherry when they're so big on everything else and talk about $400 cognac? Why would they do that? I think the reason is when they were kids, instead of sneaking beer like every other fucking kid did, they were so snobby they drank wine, and it just happened to be the sherry from the fucking cupboard. That's what I think.
I mean, that makes sense.
That
makes sense. It's pretty funny. Too.
So, like, over time, they developed the taste for sherry or expensive sherry or whatever, and that's why they both fucking like it, because they're actually still kind of pussies. And they couldn't just go buy some natty ice. Oh no, it has to be something cultured and whatever. That's my little rant about Frasier, but there are people who do that. Show. There are people who just drink sherry. If you see them cooking and drinking sherry, they're just an alcoholic. Because they're just like, oh yeah, I'm going to put this on the filet mignon and a little bit down the throat. And you're like, uh-oh.
Just a little bit for me.
Aunt Cecilia is having a thing. She's having a good day.
That she's wacky.
Some to base the steak, some for me, some more for me, some more for steak.
That's how it is.
The bottle's empty.
I've seen it.
Get the second bottle out of the cabinet.
And you know she's smoking the whole time too. She's smoking the whole time.
Chain smoking.
And her fucking niece is like holding her hand under her cigarette so she doesn't drop it in the pasta or some shit. Mom, I wish you wouldn't smoke while you're cooking. I know what I'm doing. If you're not peeling something, get out of the kitchen.
The ash just went into the pasta.
Well, it'll just builds character. You'll love it. Give a little bit in there. It's not like you don't get secondhand all day anyway. What are you crying about? Get out of the kitchen. You've already had this. You just don't know it.
Oh.
That's just, drink NyQuil like the rest of us. I don't particularly do well on antihistamines. They don't put me to sleep. They just make me loopy. And in a bad way, like stupid loopy. So I don't know. Antihistamines are not something.
So that's why you act like that, Dragon?
When I take some allergy pills, it can go one way or the other. Sometimes if it's a strong allergy pill like Claritin D or something, if I mix it with the painkillers that I normally take, I'm in the mood. I'm talking about Keith David and how he's in every fucking movie and going crazy about it. That's me, 100%.
I don't really take those a lot.
Antihistamines?
Take one.
Yeah.
I grew up in Florida, and there was a lot of pollen there, and my allergies would bug me every once in a while.
Well, I'm not a weak human that needs allergies or has allergies.
I'm not as bad as my dad.
Dragon. He has other medical problems.
Yeah, I have more. Instead of allergies, I put all my stats into actual health problems.
Yeah.
I got a health murmur. I'm borderline diabetic.
You improve your fucking health problems by adding more of them.
Exactly.
The Mr. Burns tactic. You're invincible.
I'd rather, instead of having like a little issue like an allergy, I'd rather just have life-threatening medical issues.
Really?
That's right.
I don't think so. I don't believe that one little bit.
It's not like I have a choice anymore. I can't respec.
You never could.
I would imagine.
Oh god.
I know exactly what the main villain from the Detective Pikachu movie is feeling.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
You're gonna be in the wheelchair once I'm done with you, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that the same?
Well, that's a whole.
This is kind of a spoiler for the Pikachu movie. I'll do my best.
It's been out for the longest fucking.
I'll do my best to be vague about it, but is that not the same actor that also played the lizard from the Spider-Man movie?
I don't know.
Because he kind of had the exact same plan as he did in the Detective Pikachu movie. It was the exact same fucking plan.
I'm a furry, and I'm going to turn everybody else also into a
turn everyone else into dinosaurs.
We gotta stop him.
That's pretty much the and I think it's the exact same fucking actor. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to look it up, which I don't want to do. Because, we're podcasting and my fucking...
Who the fuck is this? Who's sending me messages on Discord?
It's the one, you know what I'm talking about, the Amazing Spider-Man, not one of the ones that wasn't good. It wasn't a Marvel one, it was another one.
I don't remember.
Who was Spider-Man? Was it Andrew Garfield?
I don't know his name.
Oh, because that was the lizard one. Andrew Garfield was
okay, yeah, the one with the lizard. Yeah, I'm talking about the actor that plays the lizard. I think that's the exact same dude with the exact same plan. I remember his words too. He's like, I've spent my life trying to genetically evolve the perfect human, but it was useless because there is no such thing. And I'm like, uh oh, that's not good.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, it's not good. I've seen this before.
It actually might be. Holy shit! Hold on.
I think it is. I think it's the same exact fucking guy. I know that. I should have just asked Techie. He came home for lunch and he's in the background, but
no, it's not him.
It's not him.
No, it's not him.
Oh, okay, because it looks a lot like him.
Yeah, so it really does.
I was confused. Yeah, I was confused. Oh well, I guess not. But man.
Oh well. Dragging completely wrong on the podcast.
I know. We spent like what 3 minutes on this for me to be wrong. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's really not him. It looks like his
I like
ass.
how you think that actor is a typecasted in a furry / scaly role.
Well, of course.
Maybe he really wanted
it. Hey, you're into this.
or not even that. Maybe he's like they had a completely different ending, and he just like leans over. He's like, you know what you should do. You know what I'm really
That's
good
great.
at playing.
What made you think of that?
Nothing. I haven't done it before.
Nothing.
You know,
just randomly popped in my head where I was like, it'd be kind of cool if like I could be Mewtwo and I had like his baby birthing hips and
definitely
I could turn other people into Pokemon too, and then they'd be stuck inside of the Pokemon and they couldn't do anything.
And I'm pulling it out of nowhere. It's I don't.
I'm not. Yeah, this is this is just like on the spot.
I don't have an F-list
about
profile.
This before.
I don't know why I said that because
I don't know why I said
I don't
that.
know what that is. I don't.
Because don't look that up. By the way. Anyways,
so let's film this movie.
Let's film.
It does have those vibes of like, wouldn't it be funny if we fucked each other in the ass like as a joke? Like it'd be funny, right? Like,
as a joke, wouldn't that be kind of epic?
What if we played GameCube with our pants off? Wouldn't that be fun to do? Maybe.
Anybody want to come up to the cockpit and
yeah, feel sexy with the captain? Absolutely. Yeah, it is a really, really badly written villain for the Pikachu movie, but it was entertaining. I know we're coming right back to that, but it was at least entertaining. More entertaining than that Spider-Man movie with the not same actor that I've now attributed to being just the same actor anyway in my head, and I don't know why.
It's too late.
It's too late now, yeah. He looks too much like him. There's nothing I can do.
Would you mind if I improv this ending? I got some ideas. Comment from Just Call Me Face right there in the comments there.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things. And at least Ryan Reynolds had fun with the role doing the VA.
Oh, that was the funniest thing to me was I figured out from the start I already had the hunch that it was that Ryan Reynolds was who he was.
Right.
But do we give a fuck about spoiling the movie? It's been out for like such a
I don't know. Well, I don't want to drone on about the movie the whole podcast. We were just
Ryan Reynolds is the dad.
I want to mention something that I
Pikachu is your father.
I didn't really know what would happen at the end of the movie because, as Mario just spoiled, Ryan Reynolds is the kid's dad while simultaneously being that yellow piece of shit Pikachu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the entire movie, I'm like, this kid does not look like Ryan Reynolds.
Well,
no, yeah.
Is it actually gonna be Ryan Reynolds standing there?
That was
or are they gonna get a different actor?
That was the funniest thing because there's a moment where, when they're showing these, they're not flashbacks. They're like these like weird things where they're showing things that happened in the past, but characters weren't there for, and it was some stupid like mumbo jumbo bullshit that they filled in with. But they showed this scene where every time they showed the father, they never showed his face. And it wasn't until the actor, he was pretty like well built, and he like walked down a hall and he put his hand on the side of like one of the walls, and I saw a white hand, and I was like, is Ryan Reynolds his dad? Like,
well,
is he?
I didn't see the hand, and they never showed his face, and I didn't like. I thought they just didn't show his skin, so I thought it was just going to be a different actor playing the dad in the flesh.
Can you imagine some like old black guy?
When he showed up?
That's what I thought it would be.
But it was like it would be a different actor with Ryan Reynolds' voice, and it's just some old black dude. That would be so funny.
I thought he wasn't going to speak in the ending.
No, the funniest thing was when Ryan Reynolds showed up as the dad. The first thing I said was, "He's half black."
Yep. There it is. But
it was fucking.
There was other issues I had.
It was great, dude.
There were other issues I had with that movie, like the whole non-battle thing, which no one seemed. Well, they didn't fucking battle in that city. There was no Pokeballs and no battling. That wasn't a thing.
They fought.
They fought. It was underground pit fighting.
Yeah, it was illegal.
Which is funny because if you watch it, they're not only you think it's like a human thing where the humans are driving them to do it. The fucking Pokemon are into it. They're like standing on the chain link fence, and they're just like fist pumping in the air, and they're like, "Yeah, fucking kill him, yeah!" I mean, that was so funny to me, but at the same time, that's the reason why that city made no fucking sense to me whatsoever. Yeah, I was like, they like to do it.
There was a lot of
the Pokemon like to fight, and if they don't like to fight, then whatever. Then they can just chill. You can't force them to do it. But it just they acted like it was this. Oh, we've aspired to something better. Way to make every fucking kid who plays those games feel like a complete asshole. Like all the kids are now looking at their Game Boy like, oh man, am I the bad guy?
Oh man, it was right.
The next movie stars Ryan Reynolds in blackface.
No.
Oh no!
He's losing control.
There's something.
But,
I don't know why.
I watched that. I don't think I'd watch that.
There's something not right about that, Ryan. Why'd you do that?
Ryan thinks he can get away with anything now that he's been Deadpool. He thinks he can do whatever he wants. He thinks he can just do whatever he fucking wants. But I feel like there probably is legal fighting because the kid was crazy about Pokemon. He knew all the Pokemon's moves. But yeah, but I only he
legal fighting elsewhere.
Okay, hold on.
That city for some reason.
But that kid wasn't from that city. He was from that outside of town where everybody was like, "You got to catch a Pokemon." Which, by the way, what the
a little different out here.
I was also bothered.
Where
I was also bothered by like everybody pushing that on him. Like, why don't you have a Pokemon?
Oh yeah,
like that's the weirdest thing. Like,
can
you imagine a kid looking at another kid and be like, "Why don't you have a dog?" You fucking loser.
Well, I've been asked that before. I feel when I was younger.
Did he say that afterwards too? You fucking loser? Is that what he said?
You fucking loser.
Well, he asked me if I was poor, and I responded yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't wrong.
No, he was not wrong. But now the joke's on him because now I have 2 dogs.
Yeah.
But you're still poor.
Then I'm still poor.
I'm still poor.
You're still poor.
Poor with 2 dogs.
And now
that part's a lot harder to fix.
And that's why you have the dogs that you have, is because you're poor.
Oh no.
Cheap ass ugly dogs.
Big enough for that.
They were cheap though.
I bet they were. I wouldn't pay a whole lot for Spike. I've seen him. I would not pay a lot of money for that dog.
Yeah, would you kiss him?
No, I would not kiss him.
I gave him a kiss earlier.
Kiss who?
Spike. He's talking about the dog.
Yeah, I'd give Spike a kiss. Give him right on the noggin.
No, you've told me how much he stinks. I'm not putting my mouth near that.
He doesn't stink.
You said
he has a unique odor.
You said specifically that he licks your pillow until it fucking stinks. And now you want me to kiss him.
I'm not gonna fucking French kiss him.
I didn't say Frenching at all. I'm saying put my face anywhere near a dog that smells like death. I'm not doing that.
My
He
dog
probably
has
smells better than
teeth.
you.
Probably doesn't.
Yeah.
Not if he's fucking making your pillows smell like a septic tank. He probably doesn't fucking
Well,
smell
you
better
already
than me.
do that to your own.
To mine?
That's right.
Yeah.
Every
I don't
time you
think
lay your
so.
head down, when your head gets off the pillow, there's like a squelching noise.
Oh, is that true?
Well,
I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, no
I'll
wonder why there was always that disgusting noise.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because when we've
Comment
talked a
from
lot, I've
Peasy.
been in bed for
Yeasted.
sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, even when you used to be sitting on the floor, you'd get up and then we'd hear like a.
No, you wouldn't.
It
Well,
was really gross.
Remember when Dragon would say, "Well, I'm gonna step away from the computer right now." And we heard him loudly squelch against the wall as he threw himself there, and they flopped back.
He's
and
like
forth.
one of those little sticky
yeah,
hand toys.
I'd throw myself against the wall. Yeah, no, I remember that.
Yeah, that's how he maneuvered.
Yeasted.
Pretty cool, actually.
Oh, now
Pretty
it's cool.
gross.
We're changing our story as
Well, yeah.
time goes by.
It's disgusting, but it's kind of epic if you think about
Well,
it.
no one else can do it. I've never seen anyone else do it.
Because it doesn't
It's kind of
happen.
epic.
I haven't done enough. I haven't done enough
Gotta
meth
say,
to squelch on
Fucking-
anything.
You've only squanched.
Pokemon movie was good though.
Well, I would say overall it was pretty good. It was a lot better. It was a lot better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I honestly was losing my shit at the end because it wasn't until because they had they literally there is no way that was just coincidence. That was literally melee style Pokefloats battle, and the coolest shit was Pikachu did the side B to beat fucking Mewtwo.
Yeah, I hadn't actually made the connection of Pokefloats. I hadn't made that until we watched it that time.
You didn't play Melee.
I did right. I didn't play a whole lot of Melee. No, not until we did, but we only played on like 3 maps back home.
It was the coolest fucking shit. Like the balloons would explode, and that's how Pikachu propelled himself around to fucking fight Mewtwo in the air.
Yeah, well,
and then,
we
he
saw
realizes how to do his shit.
But I was
It's
just
great.
It's a really well done scene.
I just
really
hadn't
all
made
should
the
have died.
Pokefloats connection.
All of them should have died.
That's true.
Like fucking Pikachu got hit with a brick. From fucking
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's the best scene where Pikachu gets beamed by a rock.
Yeah, it's funny because like the rock is chipping as it's coming down and it becomes smaller, and it's this small shrapnel that spinks him like right in the head. Just fucking.
To be fair,
bangs him.
that might kill that would probably kill someone.
Yeah, it would kill
That would
someone.
kill somebody.
That's what happens. Appalachia's got stories about that. Tons of rock slides and tiny pebbles and crap getting embedded into people's cars and their head. Shit like that. That happens all the time over there. You always gotta be when you see a sign that says falling rocks, they're not kidding.
Like that really sad video of like a fucking brick that crashed into somebody's car and killed the passenger next to them.
Yeah, that was brutal. Like that was a really brutal video. There's a lot of brutal videos online.
Yeah, there's a lot of brutal videos.
I try to avoid those. I have violent enough dreams as it is. Like last night, even I had 2 dreams in a row that I was like violent as shit, and I was like, I probably should tone down my intake of all the negative crap going down.
Yeah,
Something I should probably do. Because I
Just
may
call
or
me
may not
Faith
have
makes a good point.
fucking killed a man in my dream. So maybe I just gotta think about that.
Just call me Face makes a good point. This is why Pikachu survived. Rock throw isn't very effective against Pikachu.
Oh, that's true.
God, if that's a joke that they made during it, I would.
If that was the joke, I would have clapped.
I would have cried.
I would have been insulted, but I wouldn't hate it.
I would have hated it and turned it off.
That'd be fucking funny. That would be like if the dude literally looked into the eyes of the girl with him, and he's like, "It's okay. Rock throw isn't effective against Pikachu." They go,
just
"Oh, you're
how
right."
autistic that guy is.
And then like Pikachu T-poses and he stands back up and he's like, "I'm okay."
Then they actually take a look at him, and his skull has been like caved in.
His skull is fractured.
I can't believe how much time we've spent talking about the Pikachu movie.
It's a good movie.
I guess that's our way of saying people should go watch it because it's actually not that bad. So there's that.
It's not bad.
It's very good.
I was very surprised how much I enjoyed it because I was expecting to make fun of it the whole time, which I kind of did, but I was also
but you were having fun
very
doing
much
it.
Yeah, in like a
enjoying
good way.
Yeah, in the good
In a
way,
good
not
way.
in the. So Sonic was an Olive Garden commercial, and that sucked. Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
I will say in the Sonic movie, I hope they do make a sequel because I really want to see Tails.
The
I don't.
squeakle.
I
I
don't.
love Tails. Tails is the best Sonic character.
Unless they put in the Crocodile Man, I do not care.
Well, that's in like sequel number 3, so hopefully the second one does good.
It's episode 13. Eggman fights back.
I'll be home by Christmas.
He lied.
He was not home by Christmas,
He was never home by Christmas.
just like my dad.
God damn it.
I miss my dad,
No.
Tails. I miss him
Damn
a
it.
lot.
I miss him a lot.
I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot. I hope that's in the next movie. Eggman just fucking teleports from the mushroom dimension he was in. He's like, "Hey, Tails, I missed my wife while I was in there."
The
I missed
Pikachu
it a
movie
lot.
isn't that bad. Counter is up to 4. Thank you,
Yeah, it sure
Tails.
is. It sure fucking is. So what games?
Pikachu,
What games?
not a bad movie.
Do you guys been playing lately?
Pikachu real.
What
Pikachu
games?
is
What games
real.
you guys
What
been playing lately?
In the Middle East.
Warframe.
I have
That
been revisiting Borderlands 3, this time on PC.
You should have just said Pokemon just to piss me off. You missed you missed an opportunity.
Well, talking about Pokemon,
Well, I
you
have
know
been
that
playing Pokemon. I've
movie,
been doing a
that
Sword and
was
Shield
pretty
Nuzlocke.
epic.
Fucking
What was the last
Borderlands.
Do you
fucking
think?
game?
Do you think Pokemon have voting rights?
Probably not.
No.
Do you think Mewtwo has voting rights?
Probably not.
That's fucked up.
That is fucked up. They have to live there too. I'd let them vote.
Especially Mewtwo.
Do you think? All right, so
No.
so let's say they have the right to vote, right? What about
Mhm.
the multi-headed ones? Does that count as more than one vote? Like the
I
bird?
wouldn't say so.
What about Diglett? Is that 3 votes when they're
Well, Diglett's a bit different because I don't think they're connected.
right?
I think
What
they
if
are.
Ditto became different people and just kept voting? Do you think?
Well,
that
that's
would be a
fraud.
problem?
That'd be a real issue.
Oh, God.
What if Pikachu did double team and voted twice? What would you do about
Well,
that?
that's fraud.
You know,
You can't do that. I can't go to the
but how would
polling
you-
station
how would you
and put
stop
a
him?
mustache on and
He's-
vote twice.
What if
He's
Pikachu
made-
did
he's
double
got
team
he's got
and fucked
fucking-
your wife?
He's got electricity, man. You can stop him from voter fraud. I don't think you can do this.
Well, I try.
You try, you'd be like, stop that, Pikachu. You can't just double team.
Do you think it would be a race crime if you beat up a Pokemon like
Sure.
yourself?
If I beat up a Pokemon,
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I think
is
people
that
just
like-
get mad at you for. Also, depending on the Pokemon, you might just die.
yeah,
Yeah,
There's-
that too.
there's not a lot of Pokemon I think I could beat up.
All right, so
Be the
there's a
one guy
Bidoof.
who's an idiot
Some-
and drunk
some-
enough to try and square up against a Metagross.
Could you take a Bidoof?
I don't know. Bidoof is still a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do some.
It's an
crazy
oversized
shit.
rodent. It could probably bite through your shin.
Yeah, it's like a super beaver.
I wouldn't fight a super beaver.
What's an easy one?
Caterpie. I could stomp on a Caterpie. Easy.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could
Yeah,
stop.
but
But
what if
that's
it, like-
also
yeah, but
that's
what if
like that's like a baby. You can't, that's cheating.
Yeah, but it could all. Don't they got poison moves? Can he just do it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he could just poison you. He might get the last laugh.
Yeah,
on that
but-
one.
I'd assume that his poison is slow acting enough that I will still stomp on it.
Right,
even
right. He's
after
dead, but
poison.
I'm saying he's gonna have the last laugh when you fall over in a few minutes, dead as fuck from the poison it's giving you.
All right, so Face brings up a good point. What if you have a gun? Do you think you could take on a Pokemon?
There's a couple,
certain Pokemon.
Yeah,
certain
certain
Pokemon.
ones.
Yeah,
certain ones.
If
not.
it's
But
steel
it-
type,
like,
no, you lose.
yeah. If it's like a rock type Pokemon, you're dead.
You're just pissing it off at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, that was about to be a bad matchup. I was gonna say so something like a Machamp walks up, and I was like, actually, no, not that.
I couldn't
Machamp
kill.
would kill you.
I couldn't
I
kill
doubt the
Machamp.
bullet
if I had
would
a-
go through its
Machamp
hide.
would do the Dragon Ball Z thing, and his arms would flash in front of you as you're firing at it, and it just like drops the bullets, and then it runs at you.
Yeah, if I had a shotgun, I could not kill a Machamp.
I don't think you could.
A Metapod
can destroy.
Yeah, a Metapod would hurt you if you tried stomping on it because it's just really hard.
Sprain your
It's
ankle.
like stomping on a rock. You can't really do anything to it.
I can't fight any of the flying types because they're flying.
They fly.
You can't
ever
kill
tried to punch a fucking bird?
You can't fight a psychic type because it'll give you a brain hemorrhage.
That's true.
You can't fight a fighting type because it'll kick
You
your
can't fight
ass.
a ghost because you can't punch a ghost.
Yeah, you can't.
It's already dead.
I've never tried to punch a ghost, but I'm pretty confident if I could beat it.
So what we're basically saying here is if the Pokemon
only
decided
can't beat a Pokemon.
that it didn't want to be your friend anymore, there was about nothing you could do to stop it.
Unless
Like
you
the
had a Pokemon.
Cubone. It's like the fucking Cubone. This is like the same fucking situation where at the start it's like the little Cubone, he pisses off and he throws his fucking bone at him and literally like a landmine goes off underneath him and he goes fucking flying.
Even if it's just like a tiny little baby Cubone.
If you were a parent in that world, you'd have to give a lot of faith to your kids to be able to handle bringing in a bazooka into your house. It's like, no, Mom, it's cool.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, Mom, it's fine. I'm
Psyduck
responsible.
is fun.
Yeah,
Psyduck-
Bob, I caught a Psyduck. Get that thing out of the house right now.
Get that fucking thing out of the house right. Don't piss it off.
Oh shit, it's crying.
Oh!
You made it upset, Mom! I'm just saying, there'd be
I
a
wonder
lot.
if in the Pokemon
Oh,
movie,
you're
if they
right.
still do like the anime logic where they send their 10-year-olds out on adventures.
Face brings up a good point. If you're normal, ghost moves wouldn't work against you.
I don't think I'm normal. And there's no abnormal type in Pokemon.
You're right. You have fairy type. I'm sorry.
No.
What a shame.
You fell for it, Kaz.
What a fucking shame.
No, it's not true.
What a shame.
No.
I was waiting for that. I was fucking waiting for that. You fell for it, you fucking fool.
Fell for the most common blunder.
Well, I've been playing the Dyson Sphere program.
What is that? That's like a vacuum, right?
Yes, it's you walk around with a big Dyson vacuum and you start sucking up the universe and
Would you say Big Diaper?
and yeah, one of those and everybody was like, "Oh, don't do that!" And then you Katamari Damacy everybody up, and that's the game. It's
Everybody
really cool.
was kung
pretty
fu
cool.
fighting.
It's from China.
Is that actually what the game is like?
No, it's not
Fighting.
actually what the game is like.
Oh, well, that sounded a lot more fun.
I was actually excited.
Do you know the game
Yeah.
Factorio? Have you
No.
seen Factorio? Have you seen Satisfactory? Any of the Factory games? See, I play different games than you guys do. I play like RTSs and builders and shit. But
I like builders. I'm just not very good at them.
it's basically Factorio, except you can do it on a planetary scale, and then eventually in like a solar system scale, and you fly to planet, and you're trying to build a Dyson sphere. That's what you're trying to do. Which is like it's either depending on
the sun.
the Dyson sphere is an actual structure around the sun that soaks up power from it, which is whatever, and there's a Dyson swarm, which is a bunch of fucking satellites that go around it, and there's all kinds of shit you can do, and it's kind of interesting and one of those logistics games, like how good can you plan something out.
Yeah.
So, and Factorio is digital crack because there's always something more to do, which is why I love city builders, because it gives me that feeling of, just one more thing, one more thing.
Well, it's also why you like crack, just in general.
That's true. That can be pretty intense. Teggy was just walking out the door.
He now knows your addiction.
Well, he knows. He was looking at it and he's like, Dyson Sphere
Knows you're
program.
addicted to
crack?
Yeah, to crack. He was like, stop smoking all that crack.
You have to go get you more.
He's got to. Well, he's always he's always there for me.
Feed your needs.
But he he laughed about it because he saw me playing it and he's like, Dyson Sphere program. I was like, yeah, and he goes, is this gonna be like you wasting time and surviving Mars? I'm like, yeah, probably. And he joked because he was right that I did an 18-hour stream because of one more thing. That's what happened. I was like, all right, I'm gonna end my stream in 10 minutes. Oh wait, but I need to build this over here. All right, I did that. Oh, it's not working right because I don't have this. I'm gonna go build that real quick. I just do that for a fucking hour after hour after hour, and it's not if they do it right, it's not a chore. It's fun. You're like, hell yeah, I built this. Hell yeah, I did that.
But you don't even realize that you've already applied the clown makeup to yourself.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very
You
true.
didn't notice it until it was already there.
Yeah. You like accidentally sneezed, and instead of a sneeze, you honked.
Well, some of them, some factory games, they're fun to replay because you want to just make yourself as efficient as possible. And some of them are so big that you just want to do it once. Because I can't imagine playing Satisfactory more, after you get done with it. I don't think you could ever go back and be like, yeah, I want to do that again.
Yeah.
That's not as fun. Whereas Surviving Mars, as a city builder, it's not really the same thing, but it kind of is. It's a resource factory game. At least I'm in different areas, different challenges, different endings that you can do, all that kind of crap. That's fun. And I don't know if Dyson Sphere is either one of those or you do it once and you're like, well, that was a interesting time. I don't want to start at the beginning again. You start looking at the thousands of buildings you've made and you're like, oh god.
That's why I really liked I don't really like Colony Sims, but I really liked Oxygen Not Included because it's really fun to just generate a map, see what problems you encounter.
Yeah,
every map is a little bit different.
A lot of those have that. Games like Factorio have that. Surviving Mars have that. Some city builders have that. Like, oh, I'm going to do it in this area now and see what happens. But a game like Dyson Sphere Program kind of has a Satisfactory problem where you're building more to build more.
Yeah,
you're getting new things to get new things, and that is addictive. But it's only addictive once. Once you get through one playthrough, you're like, okay, I'll wait for the next update, and then you start over, which has its own merits because you'll never get worn out on it because you only play it fucking once. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that has its merits. Whereas right now, I could pretty much envision my whole playthrough of a Surviving Mars game right now. So I'm kind of waiting on that to go away until I can't remember it anymore, and then I'll do it again. So one of these days I'm gonna have to stream Crusader Kings so I can make everybody inbred.
Yeah, you have to go with the total inbred family line.
Total inbred family line, one province. Start with the weakest, crappiest, shittiest people. Make it a challenge.
I mean, that's how you do it. Really.
Name it Ireland.
Name it, yet even though it's not Ireland, name it Ireland. Just fucking. I didn't know Ireland was in the Strait of Malta. It's like, yeah, it is.
That's right.
It's exactly.
We relocated.
That's where it's at. It's pretty sick.
I tried to play Crusader Kings. I was not reading all of that. That's bullshit.
There's a lot.
It's too much.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's a paradox game.
Yeah, it's one of those deep for the sake of being deep.
Yeah, and some people are into that. Some people love to do that. There's a fine line with me. I like depth, but not to the point where it becomes a chore.
Yeah.
Or even if I'm playing correctly, I forgot about one of the 9 panels I have to be looking at, and too much time passes. Looking at it, this whole run is now ruined. I don't want to go through that. Which, thankfully, you don't have that problem in games like Stellaris, which is another Paradox game. And Stellaris, to me, is a masterpiece. I love Stellaris. That's a fantastic game. It's just too bad it runs like shit towards the end of the game you're playing. It just starts slowing down real quick because apparently no processor can handle that many models moving around or something. They got to tone that down. Yeah, Dwarf Fortress is another one, Des. That's a little bit too much. RimWorld, I have never played, but I know people like it. The art style throws me off, so I haven't played it.
Now, actual Dwarf Fortress sucks ass to play, but the adventure mode is hilarious.
I haven't seen that.
I've seen tons of
because you can do some really dumb shit. I was watching
you really can.
I was watching a clip from a stream of it, and he accidentally became an undead luchador. And after he became undead because he died fighting a witch, his body was still angry at the witch, and he body slammed her and killed her, but he was still dead.
Nice.
It was pretty cool.
What a king.
What a Chad.
Yeah, I've never seen that one, but I have seen original Dwarf Fortress. I've played original Dwarf Fortress, and man, that was. There comes that's the problem these days now is either the game's got too much DLC to get into, which is another Paradox problem specifically with Paradox and Creative Assembly, but they know it works, so they're going to keep doing it. Or a game is so ridiculous. You take one look at it and you see the guy has like 18 resources in the top left corner of the screen, and he's got all these other numbers on the right side of the screen, and you're thinking, oh god, what is all of this? I'm not buying that.
I'm not playing this shit.
This seems like fucking homework, and I've already got this and this. I can't do that. But
yeah, if a game at all requires me to study, I'm not playing it.
Yeah,
that is not why I play video games.
It depends on what it is.
That's why I don't like Pathfinder.
Well, that's different.
It depends on what it is. I can study for games like Elite Dangerous because I want to play Elite Dangerous. There's not many other sim space games that are like any good.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of a game like Stellaris. You don't actually have to study for Stellaris. You can just fuck up a bunch of times. Even if you did study, you could just fuck up a bunch of times, still have fun with it, learn something, and try again. They found a really good middle ground for that. And I think Surviving Mars has that too, is where I fucked this up. You know, I think that's why everybody started over in Subnautica so many times, because they didn't have to study for it. They just played it until they ran into a dead end and then just started over, because maybe a different spot would be better. Not that, you've played it, Kaz. I know you got issues with that game.
Not that the map ever changes.
No, right, but it still matters where you build.
You set up your base.
Yeah.
Well, my problem with Subnautica has nothing to do with the game at all.
Yeah, I know.
It's my own issue. I don't like the ocean. It's scary. I can't swim.
Yeah, you're a pussy.
The sound design in Subnautica is really, really good, because it makes me shit my pants.
Oh yeah, no, they do a great job. And I have a problem like your problem, not as vague, but me being near the Aurora is a problem, because I told you I don't like that pipes in water.
Yeah.
That's a thing for me. Pipes inside of water bother me. Pipes don't bother me. Water doesn't bother me. Mix those two. I don't know. Maybe when I was a kid, I got my hand caught in a skimmer, but that bothers me a lot. So even being next to it, and I don't even give a shit about the Leviathan. Fuck that. I don't care. He's just a fish. That fucking ship is gonna eat me. It's fucking gonna suck me into it, and I'm gonna go through 1,000 machines and die. It's just. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Damn, why your picture look like a smoking gun? He does look like a pistol. He does look like a pistol.
He does kind of look like that.
Because he's about to blow Kaz's brains out. Look at him.
Yeah, he's angry.
He's about to blow me.
Yeah, what if his mouth is open and he was like, bang?
he just opens up his mouth.
And it shoots right into Mario's open mouth.
Yeah, and then Mario's just like, he says bang, and yeah, for whatever reason, Mario just explodes. He's just fucking gone.
I erupt.
If you had Looney Tunes powers, would you use them for good or evil?
I don't know if you can use them for good.
Sure you could.
Sure you can.
Yeah, you could drop a safe on a lot of bad people.
Well, yeah, but I feel like they're too destructive. You'd end up fucking things up.
Well, yeah, but it's for the good of the world.
Yeah, but see, they couldn't. If you had Looney Tunes power, it would have to be in the good humor, right? You couldn't do anything that wasn't in the good humor of the situation.
Yeah.
So, you wouldn't cause a black fucking hole that killed everybody. You'd only make a black hole that was
that you could step into.
Yeah, that somebody would go through.
Well, it'd be like it would only work inside of the confines of that room to fuck with that one person.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, okay, there's a guy stealing a purse. And they're running down the street, and I toss a black hole thing in front of him, and he slips through.
Well,
and, portal. You wouldn't pull up the black.
You wouldn't throw a black hole. You'd probably throw a manhole cover that would open as soon as he stepped on it, and he'd fall into the sewers and break his legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is when does that go bad? Because I feel like there's other factors.
When it's not funny.
Yes. Yeah. See,
when it's not funny,
and you
like,
can't. You can't.
to be funny.
Yeah. That's. You said specifically Looney Tune powers. There you go. It has to be funny, and then that boom.
Does this change me physically in any way?
Probably.
Yeah, you look like a caricature.
That'd be horrific.
Would you
You look like Yosemite Sam. There you go.
would you take it?
No, I wouldn't want that.
Would you take it or let it slip?
Through your hands.
Only got one shot.
Better make it hurt.
Better make it count. Better kill me in one shot.
Nobody wants to be Roger Rabbit. Except all the horny middle-aged guys that wanted to fuck that
all
one
the guys
chick.
that want to fuck his wife.
Yeah, the wife. The wife is the factor, not Roger Rabbit. He is not a factor.
Yeah, but what if
it's
you
the
don't
wife.
get the wife? Like you just
Then you
look
wouldn't
like
want to be fucking Roger Rabbit. Who wants to be fucking Roger Rabbit? Dude?
No, you get to be Roger Rabbit, but you get to experience him as he's going through the divorce.
No. I don't want that.
You know what you guys should talk about? Because now
Getting divorced?
Yeah, getting divorced.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a smoke. You guys should start talking about big titty vampire ladies from.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, let's fucking go.
Because
all right, Chet.
Yeah, you do that. I'm
Do you
gonna
like
grab.
titties?
I'm gonna grab a smoke.
Yeah, I sure do.
I fucking.
No,
I
you
like
don't,
them.
Kaz. We've gone over this. You're gay.
Ooh,
You're fairy.
Don't say that. I'm not.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Stop. Yeah, the fucking the vampire lady's been like a big thing everywhere.
Yeah.
Like she's
RE8 recently released that new trailer. God, it looks so cool. I want to play it.
I haven't seen a ton of the trailer. I've just seen a lot of the big lady.
Everybody likes big ladies.
And like fucking I still see art of her all the time. Like
she's still super popular. Her and the like mosquito locust lady. I don't.
Oh
like,
yeah, because they
flies.
showed more stuff. They showed more stuff.
I
And like
don't know why I find this so funny. Looking voice.
what?
Someone PM me asked me if I wanted a character. That's what I got.
That's good.
But yeah, it looks super cool. I really like that they brought back the merchant, the attaché case from RE4. They brought back a lot of features. Yeah, they brought back some of the fan favorite features from RE4. But it's not the same merchant. It's this fat white guy.
Oh,
he's like,
does this still say what do you buy?
You, Mr. Winters. No, he might. I don't remember. But I really like the fact that they brought the attaché case.
I think
because you gotta play Tetris with your guns.
My favorite thing that I've seen from that so far, from like the big titty vampire lady, has been like when the guy is running and he sees her the first time, he's like, no, and he starts running, and then he gets like this inquisitive kind of face to him, and he's like, wait a minute. And then he like slowly runs around and they're like, I've been expecting no, and he has like this like playful look to his face, and he's like, "Oh no, don't catch
she's
me.
gonna get me."
Oh no.
My favorite one is the one where it's like, you can't run from me.
No,
Evan, you gotta
fuck my
his big titty mobile.
Yeah, my favorite is Chris Redfield trying to save Ethan Winters from the big titty MILF lady because he has to fuck Claire.
You will fuck Claire.
Ethan, I know how dangerous it is in there. Don't fall for her tricks. You have to end up in my sister's arms.
You have to. Ethan, please.
I think my favorite one is actually Ethan. Like the big titty vampire lady turns around and it's got Chris Redfield's head, and he's like, Ethan, I've made myself irresistible to men. Resistance is futile. You will give me an heir. It's so fucking good.
Oh god. Talking about stupid Twitter shit.
Wait.
I just,
before we move on, you must answer this.
Yes.
Big titty vampire lady, would you?
Oh yeah.
What about the locust lady?
No, I wouldn't do anything with those. the lady.
Not
She's
the, I
probably got
wouldn't go
maggots
for,
in her too.
yeah, I wouldn't go for the maggot lady, but I'd go for the big titty vampire lady. Even
Well,
if
actually, that's a fair point. Is
probably has
she
maggots in her
filled?
too.
I
She's
hope not.
filled with maggots.
Well, that's what I'd assume.
Probably not. If it's like maggots or like just coming out of them, then no.
I'm back.
Yeah.
So
That'd be really disgusting.
we're still
Like if the big titty vampire lady lifted up her dress and it's all insects, I'm out of there.
Oh yeah.
I'd rather deal with Butterface Claire.
Well, I mean, you're almost. I'm back, by the way. You're almost like destined to see that in that game, because you know there's going to be the bait and switch, or it turns out she's.
I've seen
but
tons of Eldritch
but
depictions.
I'm just hoping that she's incredibly muscular, like grotesquely muscular. I don't want to see like bugs coming out of her nipples.
She's gonna have bugs coming out of her nipples.
That's not great.
I'm gonna say she's probably gonna be along the lines of like Salazar, turn into some weird flesh monster. Probably.
Yeah, that's
I thought she's gonna turn into a little girl.
Oh no!
That's even worse.
That joke's on you. Joke's on you. She's actually just a fucking midget on stilts.
That would be incredibly funny if, like, she was riding a tyrant the whole time.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like, she's so tall.
That's what I mean. It's gonna be some bait and switch thing that you're looking at her, and then suddenly her dress falls off. It's like 3 different women that are just all standing there. It's gonna be something like that. I don't know. Because it's fucking Resident Evil. It's all about body horror and all this weird crap.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's no way that it's just a big lady.
Yeah.
There's no way. You know,
there's got to be something wrong.
There's something wrong. There's no way that it's just big lady.
Oh, no, it's going to be like RE4, but instead of having Saddler with the eyeball on the throat, it's going to be eyeball on her pussy. There you go.
Yes, it was, dude.
Wow.
The nipples also had mouths and tongues and stuff, dude.
I never played Dante's Inferno, and I don't think I ever will.
No, it's fucking
bad.
It's bad. It's a God of War clone in the bad way. Like, he doesn't even have any of the good shit in it. And it kind of spits on the story, and I don't like that. It really bothers me that the way they do it. It just doesn't make a whole lot. And it's also got one of those really crappy morality systems, like one of those one extreme to the other. Either you take the puppy home and love it forever, or you stomp on it. It's one of those. You know what I mean? And I hate that type of, like, why even put it in the fucking game if you're gonna make it like that? So just bothers me. Yes, and the main character doesn't know how tattoos work. Exactly. I don't know what the fuck that was. You can't fucking etch cloth into your body. It will fester. You will die immediately. Like, it's so bad.
It's fine.
Jesus.
It's fine.
Christ. Yeah, Dante's Inferno was a really big letdown. The game, not the Divine Comedy, the game.
Well, I say that's a letdown too.
What about the Divine Comedy? What did you think of that?
What did I think of the Divine Comedy? I thought it was written by a dude.
What did you think about him going to see the girl that he really liked that died, that he can't be with anymore, just to sit next to her?
I think it was a dude
and not say anything,
who was really mad at the Catholic Church and wrote a fan fiction to piss him off. That's what the Divine Comedy is.
That's fair.
And I mean, it's creative. It's a very creative thing. You know, we get, and it was definitely inspiring to a lot of stuff that was published in the future. We've got, you know, the concept of a million hells that he probably borrowed from Buddhism. You know, the 9 layers, all this other crap. What you did reflects on what your punishment. You know, that type of deal. Though it's not original, it was one of the first works to the Western world that had done something like that.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong about that, but nothing I know was that popular that did that. And I don't think I don't, as Duder says, on Good Drugs, I don't think he was on drugs when he did it. I think he was just mad as shit at the church and wanted to get real specific about something, and he had thought about it, and, well, if I did this, what would happen in hell? I mean, he probably asked himself a simple question. If hell is real and we're all sinners, why are we punished all the same when some people are worse than others? And that's probably what he thought.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came up with these different, well, I bet people who are angry get tossed into a lake full of boiling blood and they have to fight each other forever because they're wrathful.
That's so badass.
That's just
yeah. I feel like
it's like they're stuck on a prison colony where they have to fight for the rest of their lives.
I feel like it's such an interesting thing that the Divine Comedy is something that has become like a big staple. Where sometimes I know plenty of people that confuse it to be
canon,
like ideas that are
canon from the Bible,
from the Bible,
It's not canon.
It's just from the dude.
Yeah, it's not canon to anybody either. It's not like the Protestants think it's a thing and the Catholics don't. I mean, no one thinks it's a thing.
It's just so cool that you kind of want to believe it's canon.
Well, and like a lot of work, what we know from Greek society is most of the really shocking shit became popular.
Yeah.
And it's basically, some guy walking up to another guy like, you read this shit? Dude, it's creepy.
It's fucking badass.
It's creepy or it's badass or it's whatever. And that's just what, they did. So if nobody in the Greek time, just like nowadays, sex sells, raunchiness sells. It's the same thing from that era.
Everybody loves controversy.
Yeah, everyone loves that. And then of course you can't fucking tell somebody not to read something in like as a command. If I told Kaz it's not very good, you probably don't want to read it. Kaz would be like, okay. If I said to Kaz, don't read it, you're not allowed.
That means I'm gonna read it.
Kaz is gonna buy 10 copies and hand it out to everybody he knows. Like, this is fucking.
And I would had I not already read it.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's one of those things. But that's what the Divine Comedy is to me. It's a guy who's pissed off at the church, and again, he knew sex sells, and it's. Well, and I say that in a vague, general sense. Violence sells. Raunchiness sells. The taboo sells.
Humans like their base desires.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, that's cool.
The carnal desire.
So, it's interesting. I like the artwork the most, especially. Especially, my favorite one is when Dante and the angel are walking through that field of people who've been buried upside down.
Yes,
and
the trees.
But no, not the trees. It's just people who've been buried upside down in these like little smoking pits. So all you can see is their feet sticking out of the ground. And the only reason I love it is because of Dante's expression. Like he's like looking down, like like he's just like thinking about it, like looking at these guys, like, oh, what is this? Oh, well, that's weird.
It's kind of amazing.
That is just peculiar.
Yeah, that's peculiar. Yeah, it's just
it's kind of amazing how many religious themed things take inspiration from Dante's Inferno.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's so.
Or not Dante's Inferno, the Divine Comedy.
So much of it has, and that's why I appreciate it as something that you can say influenced a lot of people's work. Whether it was good or bad, it was influential. That's in part.
We wouldn't have Dante and Virgil from DMC without it.
Oh, man, exactly. What a loss that would be. I can't know.
It would be an actual loss.
I know you guys love it. You guys love it.
Love it. I don't know about anybody else.
Fucking yeah, there's a lot. I remember at a really young age seeing the illustrations from Dante's Inferno. And that was that's one of those things where that influenced me to get very into wanting to do cross hatching and stuff like that when drawing, because I was like, these look fucking sick. I want to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
I want to go to hell.
I want to go to hell. One of my favorite things is the illustration of the devil like chewing on the people in his hands.
I'm not into that devil, but that's only because I grew up in the South. That is.
Well, yeah.
The devil's kind of fascinating in the way of how people have over time changed the image repeatedly in different cultures.
Yes.
I at some point everyone decided in the 1800s to make fun of him, and they made him the little man with the pitchfork. Looking like a corkscrew villain, like he didn't care. You know, he was a little man in a red suit type of thing. And then later they decided to make it more ambiguous. And then before that, they decided to make him this hell beast that is incomprehensible because he wants to be and all that crap. But to me, as a Southerner, he's a guy. He's a dude who shows up and offers you something. That is the devil to Southerners. The guy at the crossroads. That dude. That's why, and I'm not a big fan of the movie, but my favorite incarnation of the devil is from Constantine. Despite the movie being not that great, he's just a dude in a white suit, but his feet have like oil on them.
Yeah,
it's like he's dirty.
He's immaculate, but also dirty.
Yeah, he is the unclean, but at the same time trying to show something. Like, look how cool I am. Look at my stupid suit and shit. And the suit really, that speaks to me as a Southerner super, super fucking hard. I'm like, there he is. He's gonna give me a smoke and be like, so what do you want? Like that's what the Southern devil does. And
I like the idea of the devil being this very like charming character.
Well, it's charisma. Like, the way you corrupt
big charisma.
Yeah, the way you corrupt people is through charisma.
Would you like to live deliciously?
Yeah, that's a different devil that I like for different reasons. But whatever.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, whatever. So. But no, it's interesting to see how people change. I mean, everything, every religion is.
Oh yeah.
Evolution over time in how they change things. I mean, angels and like the whole them having wings thing and whatever. That's not even. I don't even think it's in the Bible. I'm pretty sure.
Does that come from the Divine Comedy too?
No, that was.
Or is that prior to?
No, that's after. So that's the thing. That's where you get into it's complicated, where you get the 16th century Renaissance paintings that weren't really sure how to make the angels look divine. So they just gave them wings and stuff like that. And there was a whole, and I'm sure there's people that argue that and talk about, no, this cropped up in the 9th century, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure. And it doesn't matter because if you're following, if you're following Catholicism, angels look the way they want to.
They're horrible.
They are,
which is a big wheel that's on fire.
Well, no, that's their normal thing. But if they wanted to look like a person or a dog or a guy with wings or a cloud, they can do that because they are whatever they need or want to be. So
why are they choosing the clowns though?
And demons can do it too. So because they are angels. So I mean, that's like the whole thing. If you're following Catholics, that's the way it is. But it is interesting to see how people like depict them.
They just gotta get better social skills because you can't say "be not afraid" while looking like that.
Be not afraid. That's like
what the fuck are you? Get away from me!
That's like running up to a guy with a gun in your hand.
Be not afraid.
Be not afraid.
In his face. Bart, I don't want to alarm you.
It's like. It's like when you run towards a dog with a vacuum in your hands and it's on.
Stop being weird.
And you're like, settle down.
Settle down, calm down. I'm just cleaning the floor.
Well, yeah, it's just one of those, the tall alien from Venture Bros. Ignore me.
Ignore me.
What a great show the Venture Brothers was. That was
sad that they canceled it.
Yeah, it's such a fantastic show. It just. Really, the writing was great. The art style was great. They had awesome writing. Just the quippiness of everything, but also not taking itself seriously. It didn't think it was smart. It had characters that thought it was smart, but it didn't think it was smart. It was just having fun.
Yeah.
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 Top 3 shows Adult Swim ever made. 100%.
Oh yeah. What do you think would be your
my number one? Aqua Teen.
Honestly.
Oh yeah, has to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Aqua Teen in a second. I mean,
that'd be like my number 2. I think Venture Brothers for me is like fucking number one.
And it depends on what it is, but
I really like Xavier Renegade Angel though.
Xavier Renegade Angel,
but really it's not as smart of a show. It's a really dumb show.
It's a dumb show.
It's a very smart at all. Dumb show.
Yeah.
Not that Aqua Teen is just a smart show.
It's a smart show, but it's
it's not a smart show. It can be clever. In its stupidness, in a way.
Aqua Teen is the result of taking comedians, putting them in a room, and animating what they say with a general vague storyline that they have been given. That's what it is. They're like, this is what's happening right now. They record them for 2 hours and take the best bits of what they said and did, and then you animate over it. That's what it is.
What was the fucking thing the tree said when they were doing the court thing? And
the guys.
Like,
I've been on the bench for 100 years. I'm not gonna look stupid. Yeah, we know. We know you've been on the bench 100 years. All right, we all know that. All right, and he just gives him like that narrow eyes in that moment because the animators are just as funny as the guys that are speaking over it.
Yeah, they know how to play it up. Like they know how to like fucking just the subtleties in their fucking movements is the best. Like this.
Well, and it's like the when they did the best conversation ever video where it was basically just those two demons talking about their wives.
Oh my god!
Which was just them. They said, "Okay, we're gonna record you guys for like 2 hours, and you're both two demons with domestic problems, and action.
Go."
Yeah, and that's it. And then the comedians worked it out for a bit, and then they started going.
I got a bunch of skulls set up. It looked nice.
You know what bugs me is you don't appreciate. There's a total lack of appreciation for the way the sun goes through the jars with the brains in them. Oh yeah, you saw that. Yeah, I saw when you were setting it up. Just fucking. And that's something that
Problem
you can't.
Solution.
Oh yeah, but that's something you can't write out, because if you give somebody a script that's just all of that for 2 hours, no one's gonna. It's not gonna be right. But if you just record them for 2 hours, that's a difference.
Yeah,
and it's that naturalness that Aqua Teen has. I don't know what my number 2 would be. I'd say my number 2 would probably be Space Ghost, but only because of what it did at the time. It's not that funny now, but back then, I mean, it was so fucking ahead of its time. It was like Eric Andre was ahead of its time, and then slowly caught up to it. And I don't count Primal, and I don't count, the last season.
You wouldn't count? You wouldn't?
No,
count
I would
Primal?
not. I when I'm thinking of an Adult Swim show, I'm thinking of one of those.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of them taking a project seriously, because when they do, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
Adult Swim is comedy.
That's why I like Venture Brothers so much, because it's such a good. Because it started off like Deep Roots. It was that stupid like it was very like comedic, like most of the other shows.
Yeah.
But it started to have like more serious moments. It never really took itself super serious, but it was the fact that they kept building on a story and they had good writers behind it, that they started connecting things together, and it became like so much more than just like a dumb little fucking show about just making stupid jokes.
Yeah, and being, the satirical nature of the superhero team from back in the Hanna-Barbera days. It was making fun of a very specific type of superhero. The 70s, 80s superhero. They make fun of that, the 60s and stuff, but not the modern universe. They didn't do that with what they do in comics. No. That's a whole other thing, but yeah, I think of I think of those type of shows. I don't think of a show like Primal when I think of Adult Swim.
I think of Adult Swim. I think of Boondocks, honestly.
Yeah, shows like the Boondocks and
Boondocks is really good at the start.
Yeah.
Boondocks, unfortunately, is going to have the same fate as fucking Aqua Teen, where they start censoring out stuff. I think every show from Disney to everybody else needs to look back at their old material. If it's offensive, put up your disclaimer like Warner Brothers did and move on. That's it. Don't Don't censor or remove it. Don't change it. Don't edit it.
Accept what it is.
Accept that you did it. Accept that it happened. We can all either laugh at it or gawk at it, whatever the fuck. But you put up your stupid warning and call it a fucking day. Warner Brothers did that, and they had a great message. They were like, this was a thing at the time. It was wrong then as it is wrong now, but in the spirit of its originality, it is unedited. Boom. That's it.
Yep.
That's all you got to do.
Oof, some of those Looney Tunes episodes.
Some of those Looney Tunes.
Boy.
Some of the Disney stuff.
Don't beat me, master.
Yeah, some of the fucking, some of the Disney stuff. Song of the South. Did we talk about that last time? We talked about Song of the South last time. I feel like.
Did we talk about Song of the South?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Either way, the point is,
Why you didn't step into words?
you've got to put your stupid disclaimer. This is what happens when our podcasts are weeks apart. We forget what we talked about.
Listen, it's fine.
Yeah,
fine. Metalocalypse. Metalocalypse was a really fucking good one.
Yeah, Metalocalypse was pretty good. A lot
it wasn't my favorite though.
It
was really good.
Right.
It got better.
It would be. You know what? It would be in like my top 3 though.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
It's really good,
but it's not my favorite.
Yeah,
their quick jokes were way funnier than their ongoing story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
I didn't give a fuck about the ongoing story. I gave a fuck about like
the episode where Murderface wants to find religion. And they really fucking quickly throw in this joke about how the atheists and the agnostics are like trying to kill each other. And there's like a dude outside, like an agnostic, that says "Say maybe to God." that shit's fucking hysterical. That kind of thing is and it's like their little tiny jokes were way funnier than any of the overarching shit. Like they just really put a lot of effort to it. I like that one and the blues one. It was a good one.
Oh god,
Mustard Tits Murder Master Brown.
There was this fucking the one that always gets me is the tornado one, or was it a tornado or was it just like a fucking I forget what the hell it was. I think it was a hurricane.
Oh, you're talking
that
about
it was coming.
Squiggles, the death dealer?
Or Scrambles.
Scrambles, yeah, Scrambles. I got that name wrong, and I named my pawn after that. Scrambles, the death dealer. Yeah, where Nathan Explosion becomes governor of Florida.
Yeah, that's
which becomes less ridiculous as the world turns these days. As becomes more believable that a rock star would become a governor. It's pretty bad. But
getting kind of spicy.
Yeah,
that fucking got me. It was just that there's this moment where he's like, let's blow some missiles at it, and they're like, we can't do that. Damn it, we tried everything. And then like Murderface just goes, not everything. And they zoom into his face, and there's this tense moment, and then it zooms out, and he goes, well, I mean, we haven't done everything.
Yeah, we haven't done literally everything. Yeah, we know that, okay? Yeah. Like,
what can we do? And he goes, we name it here, sir.
To activate the anti-weather machine. Oh, that doesn't exist, sir.
I think my favorite clip is when What's-His-Face talks about his dad.
Oh,
I fucking love my dad. My dad's awesome.
Yeah, they go through like the different
like
stories.
With my dad.
Yeah.
Wait, who was it that loved his dad?
I forget.
Wasn't it? It was Nathan, wasn't it? Because it couldn't have been Pickles because he's got like the whole.
I think it was.
Pickles. Most of them hate their parents.
Pickles has.
Yeah, it probably was Nathan.
Pickles has the.
That's me with my dad and everyone else in my Discord.
Yeah,
I love my dad.
Fucking Pickles was a pretty interesting character to me because it was the most underused accent of any comedy. Is that Midwestern? I'm a little bit close to Canada type accent that nobody ever wants to use in comedy, and then there he was doing it all the time, and it gave me flashbacks to some of the trashiest people I've ever met in my life. It was that character and how they talked, and they're good people, but damn, they're either dumb as hell or they're really smart, but they don't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
And so they just fuck everything up. But they've got an opinion on damn near everything, and they have somehow the male equivalent of like a shrill voice, where it's just like, "Well, I'm telling you, you gotta get to the thing over there." That's just how that shit is like so prevalent in the Midwest, and it's always from drunken ass douchebags that you've met like at the mall or something. Like those guys, like all the time. Something about it, but they that was a good choice for them to because there's so many comedic accents that no one uses.
Yeah, it's fucking the funniest shit to me was well, not the funniest, but one that I still remember is when it's like him and Swisscar talking to each other because, well, like I guess most of them have these thick ass accents, but it's just I loved how they played off of each other as characters.
Oh yeah, no, they had
Great.
really good chemistry between them, and that was a good show. Like that was a good one.
Good show.
The gore porn got old after a while.
Oh yeah.
I would get bored by that, but which I would say for pretty much anything. Like once you've gotten to that moment where it's going to happen, it becomes not, and I don't really like gore porn all that much anyway, because a lot of it is either too ridiculous to be believable and you just kind of laugh at it. Like, how did that guy's head explode like that? That's not how that happens.
It's either that sadly, or it turns into the old school Mortal Kombat problem of they exploded into 4 skulls and 3 rib cages.
Yeah. How they did that, we don't know, but there they are. And my immersion is
hit him
broken.
So hard.
I can't deal with this.
Yeah, some gore porn, it's like there's not that much blood in a human. There's not that much guts.
Yeah.
How do you know that? Are you a human?
Well, we know he isn't. But I would say, for horror movies and all that too. Like I've never been a big fan of gore porn. I like body horror, but I don't like gore porn. Which is I separate those.
I'm a fan of body horror.
Like The Thing. The Thing's my favorite fucking horror movie of all time. Yeah. But we know that. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, body horror is pretty great.
I usually like body horror, but not in horror contexts. I
like it in porn.
Sexual. No. Yeah.
That's what that sounded like to me. You wouldn't fuck The Thing? I'd fuck The Thing.
I think about it.
You think about
Which
it?
Thing?
I don't know about that.
That thing?
I'd think about it and then stop thinking about it.
The Thing,
I think it would just burrow in your neck and then there you go.
Listen, you don't know what he wants, all right? It's incomprehensible. Maybe it wants a good time.
I think a good time to it is just something to eat.
Yeah, I don't know if I can give it a good time. That's the issue.
Speaking of movies and things, actually, now that I think about it, if you guys haven't checked out The Expanse, you should watch The Expanse. It's pretty good. I've been enjoying that. It's like if you pretend it's a prequel to Elite Dangerous, it's a great show. It's a fantastic show. These people don't have Amazon streaming, so they have no idea what I'm talking about. But
I don't watch shows.
Yeah, you guys don't watch shit. I watch shit all the time. I just consume media.
Well, stop staring at the toilet bowl then.
I fucking I fucking just consume media. That's one of my favorite things. I love turning my brain off and just watch garbage. And sometimes, every once in a while, it's not
being
garbage.
A fucking consumer.
I'm sorry.
Couldn't be me.
I'm from a different age where that was all you did. There's nothing else to do. The internet has given people the ability to do what they want, whereas back in the day, you watched what was on TV and you were thankful for it because there was nothing else stuff.
You had a TV?
Yeah. Listen.
Fucking fancy pants.
If you're a fancy man with his TV over there. I didn't have a computer for the longest time.
Same.
A lot of people.
Yeah, neither did I.
I see kids now. They got phones.
Yeah.
That blows me away.
I didn't have a phone for a really long time.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get a phone until I was in high school.
I saw a 6-year-old with a phone. I couldn't believe it.
What's he going to do with it?
He was playing
Who's he gonna call?
I guess friends. I mean, who we don't know their lives anymore now, man. They're fucking.
Little
I didn't
kids
have any
don't
friends
call
when I
people.
was
They
6.
just give them phones so they have something to play on.
I didn't have any friends when I was 6. What the fuck?
Why didn't you have any friends when you were? I had friends.
I didn't have any friends growing up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not sorry, don't lie.
I'm a little sorry.
You shouldn't be.
I mean, I don't know what
Sorry
Kaz
to
was
use
like
this.
back then. Maybe he
Got
was horrific to be around, but
Yeah. What if he like sneezed?
what if it was your
really
fault you
loudly
didn't have
and-
Because I ate all them kids.
that's
Yeah,
true.
he
Yeah, you
destroyed
did.
all them
So
kids.
you finally admit it. That's what you did to those kids.
I had to eat them. I had to do it for the children. Eat the
Had to
kids for the
'cause he was
children.
Yeah, that sounds counterproductive. I don't know if I back
What do you mean?
that mentality.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's for the
I
best.
don't understand what
It's
you
for the
say
best.
to that.
It's for the best, really.
We had a box that let us steal cable, and my God, we watched so many movies for free on pay-per-view. Yeah, pay-per-view, man. Days of that.
Oh god.
The days of pay-per-view.
My dad would also steal cable.
You played the dial-up tone for my daughter, and she looked terrified. Yeah, we're going to see the last of people who don't know what that sound is, other than memes.
What a shame.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
What a
dial-up
horrible
tone.
sound.
We should bring it back. Just make modern modems sound like that for no reason.
For no reason. Yeah, just to keep us comfortable with it.
I think that was when I first had access to the internet and like heard the dial-up noise. That was the most horrifying shit to me as a kid. When I like first heard that thing just boot up and I'm like the computer's making weird noises.
It's coming alive.
I didn't get scared. I just thought I broke it for the first time I heard it. I thought I fucking broke it. I was like, oh, that can't. That's not a sound. That is definitely not a sound you would ever equate to working.
Yeah.
Like, this is what it's supposed to do.
I feel like that's not a sound humans should have ever heard.
Yeah.
Naturally.
That sounds smooth and ready to go, am I right?
Yeah, that's what I needed to hear.
Hear that baby purr.
Yeah.
You listen to that thing purr. Fucking it's booted up and ready to go.
I remember.
Oh yeah, when the internet cuts off when someone gets a call. I remember that.
Oh my god.
I remember my dad setting up a second landline when we got the computer because he was not gonna let that happen. He was not gonna let it fucking happen. He was calling the people. He's like, "Listen, something has to be done with this. I'm a salesman. I get calls all the time. I can't use the internet with this fucking job." So he did that. I got lucky in that regard. But is this a 4-person podcast? It's always been a 4-person podcast.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Take a look at the logo.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg has been here the whole
Yeah,
time.
Whoopi.
So there's that. Ticking and the squeaking sounds, the old hard drives and floppy. Yep.
It just matters.
I
Whoopi
like the
decides to talk.
3-person cast better. Well, Whoopi's always been there. We could just kind of ignore Whoopi. They're
What the
a bit of
hell?
a vengeful ghost. They're an angry ghost.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Always in our hearts.
All I used it
And
for was Cheat Planet, looking up codes. My dad did that at Books A Million.
Cheat.
Imagine cheating at a video game.
He came home, and he lied about it too, Kaz. He lied about it.
Pathetic.
I came home and I saw him on a level I'd never seen before, using a weapon I'd never seen before.
Cheating at a video game. What a weak mindset.
And I was like, man,
You didn't progress. You didn't get any better.
you cheated yourself. I thought it was cool until I figured it out. I was like, wait, he's like, I used a code. I was like, a code?
I used the code.
Where the hell did you learn how to do that? He's like, I was at Books A Million and I read up a thing.
Yeah.
The sacred text.
He did. He found it.
I
He found the
remember-
sacred text.
I remember when I was in school buying a book of like cheat code stuff, and it was one of the most useless fucking things because I think they lied for some of them. Because I remember there was some cheat code that they said, if you do this in Wii Sports, you get this thing, and I'm like, wow. And like some of the cheat codes weren't even cheat codes; they were like, they told you to complete an objective and you'll unlock something, and I'm like, wait, that's not.
It's just a guide.
Yep.
And it's not even a good guide. It's just like
People still buy paper
like
guides.
Yep.
People,
Do they?
yeah. I can't for the fucking life of me figure out why. But
I guess some people don't have internet still too.
no, I don't think that's the problem.
No, I think it's just mainly like collector's items at this point.
I
Okay.
think that's
Yeah.
basically
The
what it is.
novelty.
But see, it's such
I
a.
mean, can they
uh,
still
it-
live off of that?
apparently they can, but that's the thing. None of it matters because even if they're given the keys to the kingdom to make their guide before the game releases, which is what they try to do most of the time, the game gets a day one patch and it changes everything.
Yep.
So now you've got a bunch of printed information that ain't applicable to the game.
Yeah.
You know, that you can't use it. So, I mean, that's just something that happens. And we know of someone who works in that field. We know somebody, and I have been confused
You.
about it ever since.
No.
Not me. Hell no. Look, I might be a dead stream, but I ain't trying to get into a dying business and say, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Why not?
This is what I am
It's
going
not-
to spend my life doing.
I don't want to do that. And it's not about like a full career for most of the people I've talked to about it, but man, it just seems like that's a waste of time. It's gonna be irrelevant the moment that you know, at the game releases, especially if it's a guide for something that's like a big intense RPG, which is what guides are written for. So the majority of the time, that's what it's gonna be. Paper guides for MMOs. I remember that. Can you imagine a game like WoW that's been around for fucking how long now? 15 years, something like that.
Too long.
Too long. Yeah, it's been around too long. And you just like finding those old paper guides, and then what? 99% of it's just bunk.
Just crap.
It doesn't matter. None of that stuff either it doesn't even exist anymore, or you know. Yeah, Duder, I was talking about them and someone else as well. So, but at the end of the day, I just can't. I don't know. I when I look up things for games, it's always something very specific. I never look up a how to play this game or how to, you know, get through this one, whatever. When I look something up, I'm like, okay, where is that? I don't know what that is. The game's telling me to go find it. It's not telling me where it is. I'm just gonna look it up. That's what I do.
Yeah. I actually had. I was talking to my older brother because he wanted to start playing Payday 2 again because he played it on release and he hasn't played it since. And he was asking me like 20 fucking questions about how to play the game. And I was like, why don't you just turn the game on and play it? And he's like, well, it's overwhelming. I'm like, then you're never going to play it. I'm not going to sit here and explain how to play Payday 2. It's the simplest shit in the world.
But that, and you know, he's not gonna remember everything you told him anyway, so you might as well just play it. I mean,
I know. I told him, just turn the game on. You already have it installed. Don't watch a guide.
Yeah.
Why would you watch a guide about fucking video game you've already played before? The core gameplay didn't change.
It's just one of those things.
You didn't improve. You didn't get better.
You cheated yourself.
Really?
Cheated yourself.
You cheated yourself, Commander. I was really happy when those guys did that. The XCOM people. That was fucking hysterical. I've been noticing that a lot lately. People have realized that the people who do VA will do it for anything.
Yep.
People have realized VA people don't get caught. They don't get paid a whole lot of money. And so you could just literally pay them $20, $30 to say out a paragraph. They'll do it. And now you can make them say memes and shit. We saw that Skaven thing that I was cracking up over. And I was like, man, I need to look into that and see if I can't get some of those guys to say some shit for me. I'll put it up on stream and get some of that.
Pretty funny, yeah.
Not the Skaven, though. I don't want them.
No, go get Master Shake.
Yeah, I'll go get... No, I won't want Master Shake. I mean, I love the guy. But I want Carl. Carl's more my speed.
Oh, yeah,
you know Carl's more my speed. That's more... that is definitely more on brand for this fucking place.
Yeah.
Computer. Give me the Carl voice actor. If that guy even wants to do it. Well, that's not... No, he did Carl this year for that acceptance speech thing. Which was fucking hysterical. You learned about statistics in school. Now you're gonna be one. Now go out there and be nobody. Fucking, you could be a cam girl now. You could be your own boss at home. Don't let your boyfriend upload pictures of you naked on revenge porn sites so I can go look at them. You could literally get paid for that on the internet. I love him. I love that guy.
You love revenge porn.
That's not what I said. Unbelievable.
It's just what you insinuated.
I should have just ended the stream right then and there. Like at that point, you love revenge porn. It just ends. Oh my god. But I think we have hit our limit, and I know I gotta download this eventually. So here we are at 2 hours. So, anything you guys want to say before we close up here? Close up shop?
Nah, I'm good.
You good? You got it out of your system. Low energy podcast today, mostly about Pokemon for some reason. But what about you, Mario? You think Minotaurs are hot? Cool.
Yeah, you know.
Pay your taxes, or don't. I'm not the IRS.
Wait, hold on.
I'm gonna pay mine. I don't know if you're gonna pay yours, but that's not my
taxes.
problem.
I paid
I'm
my
not
taxes when I need to pay.
I'm not paying your taxes.
Yeah.
Why not?
Chat's paying my taxes, aren't you, Chat? Absolutely. No, you fucking are. Mario used to pay my taxes, but then he had to go and start his own business and actually care. Yeah, now he has to do his own taxes.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Unbelievable.
What the fuck?
How selfish.
I know, man. Like, what am I, how many times has he laughed around me? Where's my money, kid? Where's my fucking money?
I'm sorry.
Unbelievable.
No, you're not.
Well, either way, I think we're coming up to the end here. So this has
Brush your
been
teeth.
the guy you already know and KazGator.
Oh,
That's the one. Mariosack.
oh,
That's me.
That's not
That's
right. And of course, Whoopi Goldberg.
oh.
Oh my god! I'm pressing the fucking button.
All right.